Hi, my name is Shane and the UTS Medical Science student. Today, I would like to introduce about Blindness Breakthrough 2018. This article from Conversation, 1st of March, Curing Blindness with Stem Cells. In 2006, Nature published a paper describing how stem cells could be used to restore sight in blind mice. This study and the similar subsequent studies created a lot of excitement about the potential of stem cells to cure blindness in humans. Fast forward 12 years, 2018. We still don't seem to be quite there. One notable human clinical trial in Japan was stopped in 2015 due to a risk of tumor development in a patient's eye. So, are we any closer to using stem cell therapies to treat blindness? Or will we always be 10 years away? Reflective light of the world enters through the crystal transparency of the cornea, aqueous humor, lens, and the vitreous humor to project onto the photoreceptors of the retina, whose impulses converge onto the optic nerves and then to the brain, to be transfigured into imagery and imbued with meaning. Continual adjustments to the pupil and lens regulated the entry and focusing of light. Eye disease, such as glaucoma and macular degeneration, are characterized by damage to retina cells, which can eventually lead to vision loss and blindness. Scientists hope to find a way to replace or preserve damaged retina cells in order to treat this eye disease. Stem cells might be useful for this because they can be triggered to turn into any types of cell. In 2010, scientists successfully guided stem cells into becoming retina cells in a laboratory. It is hoped that these cells could later be delivered into the diseased eye to replace or preserve damaged retina cells. Although scientists have previously had success isolating and maintaining retina stem cells in the laboratory, there is still more work to do before these cells can be routinely delivered to patients for treatment. The first big challenge is figuring out how treatments can safely be delivered into the patient's eye in the right location. The eye is such a small and fragile organ that injection needles and surgery may cause even greater damage to the eye. Once a delivered method has been established, the next challenge is deciding how to get the stem cells to communicate with existing retina cells and function properly inside the eye. Getting this to happen is not easy, and there are risks. The stem cell may not function correctly and could cause problems such as inflammation and tumor development inside the eye. In addition to this matter, scientists also need to overcome the challenge of immune rejection. In the same way, the body might reject a new heart after transplant surgery. Stem cells might also get rejected by the body. Stem cell therapies developed from a patient's own cell have a reduced chance of immune rejection. They may be more expensive and time-consuming to develop though. For stem cell therapies developed from donor cells, drugs such as immunosuppressants are likely to be needed. In order to overcome this challenge, one approach scientists are investigating is the use of biomaterials. Biomaterials are typically materials that have been modified to interact with the biological system. It is hoped that these materials could be used to improve the delivery of stem cell therapy as well as the integration with the existing cell once inside the eye. An example of this is the use of biomaterial scaffolds. As the name suggests, these are scaffolding-like structure that cells can hold on to in order to improve their chances of growth and survival. Scientists have already successfully developed biomaterial scaffolds that closely resemble the environment of retina tissue. Attaching the stem cell to these scaffolds before delivery into the eye may improve their chances of communicating with the existing cell and functioning correctly once inside. This technique has been successful in studies with mice, and some human clinical trials are already in progress. Eye is an incredibly complex and fragile organ, which is why research in this area may take a bit longer than for other parts of the body. So, with the continued support of this field of research, we can be hopeful that if the latest clinical trials run successfully, a cure for blindness using stem cells could finally be possible within the next 10 years. Thank you for watching, and this is from Shay.